The natural world is not just a physical reality to be studied. It is a living book of science, a source of knowledge, reflection, and connection to the divine. Welcome to our presentation on nature as a source of knowledge in Islam, revelation through creation.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let's begin with the core idea. In Islamic epistemology, nature is understood as ayat al-kawniyah, the cosmic sign of Allah. This sign work alongside with the Al-Quran, which is ayat al-Quraniyah, to guide humanity. While the Quran gives us direct revelation, nature offers observable evidence. Studying it requires tafakkur, deep reflection, and ta'akkul, or reasoning. This isn't just scientific inquiry, it is a spiritual practice. Through this lens, Islam sees no conflict between faith and science. Instead, learning from nature strengthens our belief in Tawhid, the oneness of God, and remind us of our role as Khalifah or stewards of the earth. Our duty is to learn, reflect, and care for creation responsibility.
Our research was guided by three clear objectives. The first one, to study the nature as a sources of knowledge based on Islamic perspective. Second, to analyze how nature is viewed by the secular philosophies like materialism and positivism. And last, to compare the Islamic perspective with the Christian tradition. To do this, we limit our scope to three key areas. The first one, the Islamic perspective, exploring the nature as divine sign through Al-Quran, Hadith, and Tafakkur. Second, the secular perspective, focusing on positivism and materialism, which only see the nature through empirical and material explanation. And last, a comparative between two religious perspectives, which we contrast Islam with Christianity, especially on the concept of stewardship and revelation.
Nature is a continuous science of our wisdom. The Quran directs us repeatedly to reflect upon our expression. In Surah Ali Imran, for the example, the verse of 109, Allah says, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. إن في خلق السماوات والأرض واختلاف الليل والنهار لآيات لأولي الألباب صدق الله العلي العظيم. Another verse from Surah Al-Fusilat, verse 53, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. سنريهم آياتنا في الآفاق وفي أنفسهم حتى يتبين لهم أنه الحق صدق الله العلي العظيم. These signs are not abstract, they are visible. Take from the honeybee mentioned in Surah An-Nahl. The bees create their home with hexagonal hives. This shows that our guidance in nature. This invites us to tadabbur, deep contemplation, and to reflect and observation with faith.
Lebah. Dan Tuhanmu telah mengajarkan lebah untuk membuat sarangnya di bukit-bukit, di pohon-pohon, dan di tempat-tempat kediaman manusia, kemudian memakan dari segala hasil bumi, dan dengan keahliannya mencari jalan-jalan yang luas untuk Tuhannya. Al-Quran 16:68-69. Fon menerima hadiah Nobel pada tahun 1973 untuk penelitiannya tentang perilaku dan komunikasi lebah. Lebah, setelah menemukan taman atau bunga baru, kembali dan memberitahu sesama lebah arah dan peta yang tepat untuk sampai ke sana, yang dikenal sebagai tarian lebah. Makna gerakan serangga ini yang dimaksudkan untuk menyampaikan informasi antara lebah pekerja telah ditemukan secara ilmiah menggunakan fotografi dan metode lainnya. Al-Quran menyebutkan dalam ayat di atas bagaimana lebah menemukan dengan keahliannya jalan-jalan yang luas untuk Tuhannya. Lebah pekerja atau lebah prajurit sebenarnya adalah lebah betina dalam 16:68-69. Jenis kelamin yang digunakan untuk lebah adalah jenis kelamin betina dan kuli menunjukkan bahwa lebah yang meninggalkan rumahnya untuk mengumpulkan makanan adalah lebah betina. Dengan kata lain, lebah prajurit atau lebah pekerja adalah lebah betina. Bahkan, dalam drama Henry keempat karya Shakespeare, beberapa tokoh berbicara tentang lebah dan menyebutkan bahwa lebah adalah prajurit dan mereka memiliki raja. Itulah yang dipikirkan orang-orang di zaman Shakespeare. Mereka mengira bahwa lebah pekerja adalah lebah jantan dan mereka pulang dan bertanggung jawab kepada lebah raja. Namun, ini tidak benar. Lebah pekerja adalah lebah betina dan mereka tidak melapor kepada lebah raja, tetapi kepada lebah ratu. Namun, butuh penyelidikan modern dalam 300 tahun terakhir untuk menemukan hal ini.
How does these Islamic views compare to others? On one hand, positivism and materialism see nature as the only source of knowledge, limited to what we can observe and measure. They exclude metaphysical, the spiritual and the divine. Nature here is neutral. Without inherent purpose, humans are controller, not stewards. On the other hand, Christianity, like Islam, see nature as a God's creation. Through general revelation, nature reveals God's character and calls for sustainability. While Islam emphasizes Khalifah, human responsibility as trustees, Christianity also teaches stewards and protection of creation. Both faiths integrate observation, reason, and revelations, unlike secular views that separate them.
Finding highlight three key concepts from the Islamic perspective. First, nature consistently proves Tawheed, the divine oneness. Second, science through tafakkur become a spiritual act. And third, environmental care is an amanah, a sacred trust. In response, we propose an integrated solution. We can adopt the empirical strength of scientific inquiry like that in positivism, but guide it with Islamic ethics. This means studying nature scientifically but with moral responsibility, sustainability and awareness of divine purpose. This approach prevents exploitation, promotes balance, which is mizan, and unites faith with learning.
In conclusion, the study affirms that in Islam, nature is far more than matter. It is ayah al-Qaniyah, which means a profound source of knowledge and spiritual insight. And by reflecting on creation, we can bridge our faith and reason, reaffirm our tawheed, and embrace our role as a Khalifah. That's all from us. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.